So, some time ago, a really good friend of mine became a pastor. I was so incredibly proud of her. I'd seen her grow, I'd seen her go through many challenges, and see her reach this point, it was really awesome. And about a year later, we sat down and we had a great long talk. But in that talk, she began to just tell me about how difficult it is for her to be a female pastor. And she found so many people would not take her serious. I mean, regardless of her passion for God, regardless of her education, regardless of her testimony, there were people who could not get past she was a female. Like the great philosopher Gwen Stefani said, "I'm just a girl. I guess I'm some kind of freak." Believe it or not, there are many Christian circles out there that do not allow women to become pastors. They will not ordain them. In fact, there's even more that will not allow women to lead Bible studies, be on boards, and not even allow them to be in a teaching position. No matter what, no position over a man. Wow. And in this day and age, this is argued. You see, I'm a Wesleyan Nazarene through and through, and I've never thought twice about this because in the Nazarene Church, we've always ordained women. In fact, I have female family members who are pastors. And it's hard because even in our own church history, before the Romanization of Christianity, we find that there were many women leaders in the early church. Jesus' mother Mary in Ephesus, even Mary Magdalene, who is called by the great theologian Augustine the apostle to the apostles. And what about even the New Testament, where there are women leaders in the book of Acts who begin Christian communities? And what about even the book of Luke, where you see that there are women who even follow Jesus? And what about even the Old Testament with Esther and Ruth, these great female heroes? And you think, how could there even be a debate about this? But there's a letter in the New Testament written by a guy named Paul, the apostle. And he writes to a young man named Timothy, who's a leader in the church in Ephesus. And in that letter, Paul makes a very clear point that women are not to be in leadership, that they are not to teach, and they are to keep quiet. In this text, he makes it very clear that men are to be the ones who teach. Now, for many Christians, this is easy. It says it, so we don't do it. See, for me though, I love the Bible. I've committed my entire life to it. And not just trying to live it out in flesh and bone, but also to teach it. But sometimes, like many of us, I come across things like this where, man, I want to be obedient. I want to, but it feels like there's something I'm missing here. Could there be something more? Could there be information that we aren't aware of that the original readers did 2,000 years ago? Could there be more to the story that could radically change how we interpret it? Yes. This Sunday at New Hope Church of the Nazarene, at our service at 9:30, I'm going to be sharing with you my wrestle with this particular scripture. And I want to help provide a new way to look at it, a new way to interpret it, that'll actually move us into some beautiful, beautiful places to challenge us and grow us to become more and more like Christ. So I hope to see you there this Sunday. Let's wrestle. Grace and peace.